Hello everyone, I am Mary Grace V. Saison and I will be your teacher for your lesson today. Our objective measures the perimeter of any given figure using centimeter and meter. Hello everyone, nice to see you again. I am Teacher Grace and we will continue our discussion about the concept of perimeter. In our previous video lesson, we learned to visualize and illustrate perimeter in different situations. We define perimeter as the distance around an object or a plane figure. For example, the path traveled by an ant is the boundary of the rectangular figure of the picnic mat. If we are going to calculate the distance traveled by the ant in one complete turn, then it is equal to the perimeter of the picnic mat. Another example is, if a farmer wants to fence his vegetable garden, he needs to calculate the perimeter in order to buy the correct amount of posts or wires for fencing. You can also use strings, yarn, or ribbon to find the perimeter of the shape by placing it exactly along the boundary of the shape once. The length of the ribbon is the perimeter of the shape. In these situations, we would measure the length of the sides or the distance using units of length. So today, we will learn how to measure the perimeter of any given figure using centimeter or meter. Lengths are measured in units, such as centimeter or meter. Let's start with centimeter. Centimeter is a unit of length used to measure small objects. The symbol or abbreviation for centimeter is cm. We can use a ruler to measure the length of small objects in centimeter. For example, the length of a pencil. The ruler is marked in centimeters on top and in inches at the bottom. To measure the length of the pencil, place the tip of the pencil at the 0 centimeter mark along one end of the pencil. The edge ends on 5 centimeters. Therefore, the pencil is about 5 centimeters long. The meter is a bigger unit of length. It is used to measure larger objects, longer dimensions, or bigger distances. The symbol used for meter is M. We use a meter stick or a tape measure in measuring. In the example, the guitar was measured by placing the endpoint, which is marked 0, on the tape measure at the tip of the guitar. The guitar is 1 meter long or 100 centimeters. Let's measure the perimeter of some common household objects with small sizes using centimeter. Our first example is finding the perimeter of the handkerchief. Since handkerchief is a small object, we can use a ruler to measure each side and use centimeter as the unit of length. What are the measures of the sides? What do you notice? The measure of the first side is 22 centimeters. The second side is 22 centimeters. The third side is also 22 centimeters, and so with the last side. So each side of the handkerchief measures 22 centimeters. To find the perimeter of the handkerchief, we must add all the sides. Thus, we add 22 centimeters plus 22 centimeters plus 22 centimeters plus 22 centimeters, and that is equal to 88 centimeters. Therefore, the perimeter of the handkerchief is 88 centimeters. In our next example, we will measure the perimeter of a picture frame. What shall we use to measure the picture frame? Again, we will use a ruler to measure the four sides of the frame and use centimeter as the unit of length. The sides of the frame measured 26 centimeters, 16 centimeters, 26 centimeters, and 16 centimeters. What shall we do then? We will add together the length of each side to find the perimeter of the frame. Perimeter will be 26 centimeters plus 16 centimeters plus 26 centimeters plus 16 centimeters is equal to 84 centimeters. Thus, the perimeter of the picture frame is 84 centimeters. What if the plane figure is drawn on the grid and you were asked to find its perimeter? Let's look at this figure. Notice that it is drawn on a grid. A grid is made up of unit squares. What is the perimeter of this figure if each square unit has a length of 1 centimeter? To find its perimeter, the grid will help us find the length of each side. The length of the side on a grid equals the number of units along that side. There are 6 square centimeters along the top side. So, its length is 6 centimeters. Then, 2 centimeters on the right side, 6 centimeters on the bottom side, and 2 centimeters on the left side. Now that we have the length of each side of the figure, we can add them up to find the perimeter. 6 centimeters plus 2 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus 2 centimeters is equal to 16 centimeters. So, the perimeter of this figure is equal to 16 centimeters. Imagine you're walking along the path around your house. Do you want to know how far you have walked? Then, you need to find the path's perimeter. To measure the sides of the path, we will use a steel tape measure because the sides are longer and has bigger dimensions. The unit of length to be used is meter. Suppose the length of each side is 10 meters. What shall we do then? We add the length of all the sides. What is the perimeter? The perimeter will be 10 meters plus 10 meters plus 10 meters plus 10 meters is equal to 40 meters. Now we know that you have walked 40 meters. Let us now measure the perimeter of the swimming pool. What is the unit of measure that we are going to use? Its sides have longer and bigger dimensions. So use meters as the unit of length and use steel tape to measure the four sides of the swimming pool. The swimming pool has 4 sides and the measurement of each sides are 8 meters, 5 meters, 8 meters, and 5 meters respectively. To find the perimeter of the swimming pool, let's add all its sides. Thus, 8 meters plus 5 meters plus 8 meters plus 5 meters is equal to 26 meters. Therefore, the perimeter of the swimming pool is 26 meters. Let's have another example. The figure is drawn on the grid. What is the perimeter of the figure if one square unit has a length of 1 meter? This time, the grid has meter square units. Unlike on the first example, the grid used is in centimeter square units. Let's count the number of units along the side to determine the length of side on the grid. So the length of the sides are 3 meters, 2 meters, 1 meter, 1 meter, 3 meters, 1 meter, 1 meter, and 2 meters. Add all the lengths, the perimeter will be 3 meters plus 2 meters plus 1 meter plus 1 meter plus 3 meters plus 1 meter plus 1 meter plus 2 meters is equal to 14 meters. So, the perimeter of the figure is 14 meters. Remember, in measuring perimeter of an object or a figure, use units of length such as centimeter or meter. Use centimeter as the unit of measure for smaller objects. Its symbol is cm. For larger objects or figures with longer and bigger dimensions, use meter as the unit of measure. The symbol for meter is m. To find the perimeter of the plane figure in the grids, count the number of units of the length along the boundary of the figure, then write the units of length in centimeter or meter, depending on the given scale of 1 square unit. And that ends our lesson for today. Did you understand it very well? If not, you may go back to the lesson presented in your module, or you may play this video again. If today's lesson is very clear to you, congratulations! You may now answer the exercises in your module. Good luck!